Hi, I'm Greg from RVHaulers. Cindy and Trevor have had a question about the difference between a Volvo 670 and a 780, and I thought I would create a video. Behind me, I've got over this shoulder Micah. He is a Volvo 780 over this shoulder. We have Herbie, who is a Volvo 670. They both have Volvo engines. They both have I-shift transmissions. And if you look at the front, now Micah over here has a moose bumper on it. That can be taken off, and the bumper that you see on Herbie can be put on instead. So this one has a bit of a visual difference on the front end, but really from the front, they look the same. Let's look at the side and see what the difference is. The visual difference between a 670 that you see here is if you look near the number 53, you'll see there's a window up top, but no window down below. If I pick up the camera and slide over to the 780, and between the mirrors there, you'll see that there are two windows. There's one up on the top, and one down below. Really, that's the first way that you can tell that the one on the right is a 780. And from the outside on a 780, what you'll see is that here's a tool storage box. We call it a jockey box sometimes. The distance from here to the crack of the door is longer in a 780. This is really the space that is changed inside of the truck. What they've done is they have widened the refrigerator and widened some of the cabinets up and down when they went to the 780. Let me show you how it looks inside. Here we are inside of Micah, a Volvo model 780, and behind the driver's seat we're looking at the refrigerator. In a 780 the refrigerator is wider. It's the same height. Above the refrigerator there are two drawers and an open cabinet for a TV or microwave or coffee machine, and then a cabinet above. Let me swing around and we'll look at the cabinets behind the passenger seat. So there we are, there's the passenger seat. And starting at the bottom, there's a lower cabinet, and you'll see that it's a split door. You open the left side, and you can open the right, and this is the clothes closet, so it has a curtain, or not a curtain, but a clothes rod in there. An open cabinet. This one happens to have a flat panel TV, and the upper cabinet. This refrigerator is 3.2 cubic feet, and for visual reference, I've put in a couple of items. There's a beer and a bottle of salad dressing. On the upper shelf, I've put a dozen eggs so you can see that they fit on the shelf. And there's the refrigerator. Freezer up top. And if we get out a tape measure, the opening there is approximately 14.5 inches. The depth on the top shelf, just under a foot. And then the bottom shelf, it's not quite as deep, and it's at an angle too. So in the middle, that's 9 inches. But remember, these trays take up a little bit of that space in there, so it's not that deep. And still behind the passenger seat, the lower cabinet is often where we put a porta potty. The height of it is 12 inches. The width in between the hinge there to the outside edge is 21 inches wide. Now a couple notes about the rear workstation. really the bench space is the same between a 780 that we're in right now and a 670. There's one small difference. In a 780, the sleeper is actually a tiny bit wider, and they have this shelf and actually a storage cubby in behind this cushion. So although it's not available to the bed space, the sleeper from here to here is wider in a 780. Now we've moved over to Herbie, the model 670. Behind the driver's seat, there's the refrigerator, workstation configuration, and you'll see that it doesn't have that little shelf back there, but really this length from here, that wall, to there is the same. And you'll see that the refrigerator is narrower. It doesn't have the two drawers. Instead it has a pull-out tray and a drawer on that side. Then this opening. And a cubby there. Swinging around to the passenger cabinet. There's an opening there, again for a smaller microwave or a TV. And there's the clothes cabinet on this side. And the lower cabinet where you will usually put a porta potty. Measuring now. The refrigerator. There's our eggs. And you can see that the trays in the door are a fair amount smaller. Oh, I'm drawing too much power. It's going to turn off my lights. And there's the width of the refrigerator. It's about 7 inches. Well, about 8 is that opening. Now looking down at the porta potty opening, or what we often use this for, that is, it's 14 inches wide and 12 inches high in a Model 670. So there's the difference between a Model 780 and a Model 670. Same height, essentially the same width. They both have the workstation configurations most often. But where you lose some of the space in a 670 is in the refrigerator and some of the cabinetry. If you have any more questions about our RV haulers, you know our website is www.rvhaulers.ca. Give us a call on our toll-free number, and thanks for watching.